Hello, hello. Welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady Rochelle, where we move away from awareness towards action. This is a special edition of Warriors Talk, which is 31 days of breast cancer awareness facts in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we are on day 28, which we're going to be talking about the benefits and the risks of participating in a clinical trial. So I'm excited because we're on day 28, and that means that we have a couple more days to go, and we will hit that day 31. So I just pray that you have been blessed by the different facts that I have been giving out for the last 27 days, and that you walk away from Breast Cancer Awareness Month a little bit heavier than pink. So let's talk about clinical trials. So, what exactly is a clinical trial? So, a clinical trial is a research project that looks on how well a treatment is going, a medical procedure is going on people. Like, how well does it work on people so that they will know if they can use this on individuals and be successful at using it. So it's a trial. So they're going to be documenting everything that you're going through, everything that you're feeling. They're going to be documenting it. So it's going to be very, most clinical trials are very detailed. If they're doing medicine, to make sure that it is going to be beneficial for the future. So if you're thinking about doing a clinical trial, then here's some information for you. So we're going to talk about, tonight we're going to talk about the risks, and we're going to talk about some benefits. So clinical trials are important to discovering new treatments. We are always looking for new treatments as it relates to any type of disease. Any type of disease that's out there, we're looking for new and improved medicine that we can use that would be less invasive on the body. And so that's the purpose of clinical trials, is so that the doctors and the researchers can look for new ways to detect, diagnose, and reduce the risk of these different diseases. So according to the American Cancer Society, about 1,000 potential medicines are tested before one makes it to a clinical trial. Wow. That's a lot. So we know that they're testing. So it's just, if it does not meet the standards or the quality that they want, or get the results that they want, then we know that we won't see that on the market. So we know that they are testing, but a lot of people don't know about clinical trials. So here's some information that you should know. So clinical trials show the researchers what doesn't work in people, because sometimes we have this one size fit all when it comes to medicine, and we figure like everybody should be treated the same when they shouldn't. So the researchers they don't have the one size fit all. They're really working with individuals to see what really works for you, or what doesn't work for you, or your blood type, or even your ethnicity. So it's important that if you want to contribute to finding new medicines, that you volunteer for a clinical trial. So who can participate in a clinical trial? Well, it depends on what type of clinical trial that it is that's being advertised at the moment. So if you find a clinical trial that you want to participate in, then the best thing you can do is to talk to your doctor, and then the doctor will refer you to that clinical trial coordinator, so you can talk to them and find out what the specifics are, and to see if you are eligible for that trial. Because a lot of trials have different criteria that they want individuals to have, so that they can get the outcome that they desire. So let's talk about the benefits and risks of participating in a clinical trial. There are risks and there are benefits. So here are some potential benefits. If you decide that you are going to participate in a clinical trial, then number one, know that access to treatment, this is access to treatment that's not even available, right? So the clinical trials are you are having access to treatment that's not even available on the market yet. So that's why they are testing it, to see if it would even go to market. So the treatment may be more effective, or you may have some side effects. So it just depends. Remember, it's in the testing phases. So it doesn't, the researchers do not know if it's going to be beneficial or not. So the treatment is not even out there yet. So you're going to have access to treatment that's up and coming, hopefully, if it passes through the clinical trial phase. So that's number one benefit. Number two is regular and careful attention. So what they're going to do, if you are a part of a clinical trial, they're going to make sure that you are monitored closely. They're going to monitor you closely because they want to make sure that they are documenting all of the side effects or anything that's going on with you in the clinical trial as a result of the trial medicine that you're taking. They, in order for them to know if it's going to work or what doesn't work, then they need to document everything. So then you're going to be seen regularly and they're going to be paying close attention to you. So that's the second benefit of participating in a clinical trial, is that you're going to have close monitoring. The third benefit for participating in a clinical trial is that treatment may be either free or low cost to you, which, who wouldn't like that, right? So some clinical trials, they may even pay you to participate in the clinical trial, or you may get a gift card to participate in the clinical trial. So it just depends on the particular clinical trial that they're working on at the moment, and you may not have to pay anything. So they may give you travel expenses so that, it's worth your while for participating, because if you participate in something, you're volunteering. Then if they're giving you a gift card or you don't have to, or even sometimes they give you cash, they pay you, and if you don't have to come out of your pocket, then you're out to maybe you'll do it, right? So the fourth benefit to participating in a clinical study is that it contributes to research and save lives in the future. And this is the thing. So there's always been this saying that African American people do not participate, enough of us don't participate in clinical trials, so when the medicine is being tested and when the medicine is being approved, it has not been tested on our bodies. And so that's why when we're taking certain medicine, it's not working for us, because it hasn't been tested on our genetics, our makeup, right? And so I don't know if that's just a ploy to try to get more African Americans to get in and get tested, because we know about the Tuskegee mix up with the syphilis thing. So it's like, should I not? So, a lot of people don't trust. They don't trust, the medical professionals to do the right thing when it comes to, testing on us. It's like, fool me once, shame on you. You will not get a chance to fool me again. So you will be contributing to saving lives in the future. And let me just say this is a disclaimer for me, is that I am not for or against clinical trials, okay? I'm not for and I'm not against it. So it's totally up to you as an individual as to what you want to do. I'm just presenting the benefits and the risks so that you can make an informed decision. All right, so number 5 benefit of participating in a clinical trial, we said that, is you participating in, you are participating in the future. So there are some people in the future who's going to come behind you who may have a cancer diagnosis, and if you go through the trial and that particular medicine works on you, and there's a chance that the people coming behind you will be successful. So that's the saving lives in the future. So let's talk about some potential risks. There are some risks, right? So number 1, risk when you are thinking about doing a clinical trial is not being able to choose what medicine or what type of treatment you get. So they'll be choosing it for you. If you just say, hey, yeah, I want to participate in the breast cancer clinical trial, and they'll say, okay, they get you all set up, and then they're not going to allow you to choose what medicine you get. So some people may get a sugar pill, and some people may get the actual medicine, which is like a sugar pill is a placebo. So you don't have a say in, I want to get the real medicine or I want to get the sugar pill. So it's almost like they kind of like playing with your mind when they do that. So the second risk to participating in a clinical trial is that the new treatment that they're trying on you or testing on you may not even work for you. You may not get any benefits out of it, which will let them know, okay, this particular person, this particular makeup, this particular racial group for this particular part, it does not work, So they look at everything, your age, your race, and if you have any other issues going on, and then you may participate, but there may not be any benefit for you. The third risk is that you may have some weird side effects. And because it's in the testing phase, they can't really tell you what type of side effects that you're going to have. They're going to be monitoring you to see what side effects you have so they can document, okay, this particular medicine will give you this side effects, XYZ side effects. So it may be worse than the chemo, only because it's in the testing phase and they don't know. And that's the reason why they're going to be close monitoring you so that they can see, okay, what's going on. If anything crazy, then they'll be seeing you maybe every week so that they can kind of like keep a close eye on the side effects. So number 4 risk is that your insurance may not cover all the costs. So the best thing that you can do is if you decide to participate in a clinical trial is to talk to your insurance company and the clinical trial coordinator and make sure that whatever you're going to be doing is going to be covered so that you're not coming out of your pocket for anything. If you're going to be volunteering in a clinical trial, you should not be coming out of your pocket with anything, right? It should be a benefit to you. So make sure you get all that up front, because if you do not, then you're going to probably get a bill at the end and then you're going to be really salty. So make sure that you talk to them and say, hey, how much is this going to cost me? Am I going to be paying any type of co-pays or anything? And that's important. So make sure. And number 5 risk is that you're going to be having more testing and more doctor visits. Like I said, they're going to be watching you closely because they want to see if you're going to be having any type of side effects, especially that is not, normal or typical to them from the other medicines that are already out there. So make sure that you don't miss any of those appointments and that, you're keeping up with them so that, they can get all of their documentation that they need. So how are clinical trials funded? Well, the United States government funds a big portion of it. The National Cancer Institute funds some, and then you have pharmaceutical companies and not-for-profit companies that also fund these clinical trials. So if you're thinking about doing a clinical trial, again, I'm not for and I'm not against clinical trials. I really don't have an opinion one way or the other. It depends on what you want to do. As far as the clinical trial is concerned, if you want to participate in a clinical trial, you can contact your doctor's office. You could go on the internet and you can type in clinical trials and see what clinical trials they have. Again, some of them may be different criteria for you to participate, so make sure you ask what the criteria is to see if you are eligible to participate, and then ask them, what is my benefit to this other than contributing to, saving lives in the future, because it may be, a financial benefit for it. So find out upfront what that is so that, you can get some type of gain out of it. So the benefits, the main thing that I got from the benefits of participating in a clinical trial is that you are trying out medicine now to help individuals in the future. That's the main thing that I got. And then from the benefits, and then from the risks, the main thing that I got is that this medicine is not guaranteed to work, and you may get a placebo, which is a sugar pill. So, again, it's totally up to you what you want to do. I just gave you the facts on the benefits and the risks of participating in a clinical trial. So now that you have the facts, you could decide for yourself what you want to do. It's totally up to you. So don't allow anybody to, taint what it is that you want to do. If you have a heart to want to, have them test on you so that you can, save lives in the future, then you do that. If you feel like, nope, they're using me as a guinea pig, I ain't participating in that, then you have that right. You have that right. So I just wanted to give you the facts. Again, this is a special edition of Warriors Talk, which is 31 days of breast cancer awareness facts in the month of October in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We are on day 28. I just gave you the benefits and the risks of participating in a clinical trial. Again, this is author and founder Lady Rochelle of Warriors Talk, where we are changing lives, one warrior at a time.